it's Evie and welcome back to my channel. So today I'm going to be doing a little bit of a different video. So I think I've touched over periods a little bit on my channel. I did talk about it a little bit in a Q&A, but I've never done like a full video about periods, and a lot of you guys have asked me to and requested this video. So today I'm basically going to be doing like a period tips and tricks kind of video. I'm not sure if you guys are going to be interested in this video, obviously, because I've never uploaded a video like this before, so I don't know the feedback I'm going to get, but I thought I'd do this video anyway because you guys have requested it. So I did ask you guys on my Instagram, which is EvieEllen if you aren't following it already, for some like period kind of questions, and I got a few, so I'm going to be going through and giving you some of my tips and stuff like that. So I really hope you guys do enjoy this video. If you do, be sure to give it a massive thumbs up and also subscribe to my channel if you haven't already. And without further ado, let's get started. Alright, so just before I start, I just want to say my hair is really irritating me too, so like we're just going to ignore that. And also I have no face makeup on, so apologies. But we're going to get straight on with the questions you guys asked me on Instagram. So the first question is from Dara. I'm not sure how to say your name, I'm really sorry. But they said, most embarrassing period story, how old were you and where? Basically, I was thinking about this because I was like, wait, I don't know if I've actually like ever had like a really embarrassing period story. And this was kind of TMI, but we're just going to kind of go for it anyway. Basically, I was out like at a pool and I went to the toilet and I realised I didn't lock the door. Well, I didn't realise, but like I hadn't locked the door. And I was basically putting in I don't know if this is like a period embarrassing story because it wasn't really to do with like leaking or anything. But I was basically changing my tampon and this woman kind of walked in on me and then closed the door straight away. She's like, oh, I'm so sorry. I was like, it's fine. I think it was like one of the first times like I'd had my period. Like it was a couple months in, so I was a bit new to it all. Obviously I do normally lock the door in the toilet, but on this occasion I guess it didn't cross my mind, or I forgot there was a lock, or I just didn't do it properly, and then this woman kind of walked in on me, so that was a bit awkward, but it's okay. Let me know your embarrassing period stories down below, by the way, because I find them really interesting. Kelly said, how long does your period last for? Love you. I love you too. Basically my period lasts for, it's changing. Like when I first had my period, it was lasting for like 10 days and it was the most irritating thing, but now I think it's changed to, right now I'm on my period actually, which inspired me to see this video, and I started, I think this is my 5th day and it's almost stopped. I think days until it's actually stopped, it'll probably be about a week, which is like the normal kind of time to have a period. But I used to have it for like 10 days at a time, which was kind of irritating. I think one time I had it for like 11 or 12, which was the most annoying thing. It was really light, I think, when it got to like 12, but it was still quite heavy when I got to like 10, which was kind of annoying. But I think it completely ranges for me. I think it's meant to be 4 to 7 days-ish, depending on how heavy it is as well. Okay, so next question is from Catherine. Said, have you ever tried tampons and do you recommend them? I don't know if I should try them or not. I 100% recommend tampons. I've been wearing them since day one of my period, and honestly, I sometimes used to wear pads like at night because I didn't wear tampons at night, but now I wear tampons at night as well, even if I sleep for over 8 hours, because I know they recommend not over 8 hours, but on the side of my period pack, my personal one I have, it says that you can wear them at night, so I just do it. I know it's probably not the best, so like I'm not recommending wearing your tampons for more than 8 hours, but I personally do, and I haven't had any problems, but I don't want you to go out and like get ill by wearing a tampon for a long amount of time. That's just what I do. But I honestly recommend tampons so much because pads, like if you wear pads, honestly, I'm just, how do you do it? Because honestly, if I wore pads, I would not enjoy having a period at all. I mean, I don't enjoy having a period, but like it's a lot more bearable when you wear a tampon. Obviously, if you're not feeling comfortable wearing tampons, that's fine, but they honestly help so much, and they have loads of different absorbencies. I usually wear like ultras on my period because I have quite heavy flow, but it just depends on what you like are wearing. I think start with applicators. I wore a tampon on the first day of my period, and also make sure you're I know it's a bit too much, but make sure you're pushing it in far enough, because a lot of people don't push it in far enough like I did on my first day, and it's really painful. Like when you sit down, it's like so painful because obviously it's not like pushed in far enough. So just make sure you're doing that as well, and you should be good to go. I did have a time where I wore a tampon for like a day because I didn't realise it was in. I was putting other tampons in, and then those tampons were obviously coming out clean and like nothing was on them because I did have that tampon in. And I'm just happy that I like found out I had a tampon like within the day, because if it was like a week or something, that would have been really bad. But obviously just don't be clumsy like I am, because I'm just like a naturally like clumsy person and a stupid person. So just make sure if you are maybe finishing your period a bit earlier than you usually do, or you think you are, make sure you don't have 2 tampons in. But yeah, just start with applicators. I'd say you get used to it really quickly if you put it in far enough and you do it properly. But I definitely recommend tampons because they're honestly such a lifesaver. Kelly said, when did you start your period? I started my period, I think it was about March last year. I don't know the exact date or anything, but yeah, it was about March last year. Okay, Grace said, hardest thing about getting your period. I think the hardest thing is, especially when I'm at school, because when I'm at home I can literally just go to the toilet, like it's absolutely fine. Like when I need to change my tampon, it doesn't really matter. When I'm at school, I find it so difficult to literally go to the toilet, because obviously I don't really want to like do it break and lunch, because then I'm just like by myself and it's really awkward, unless I have someone with me, like who comes to the toilet with me, obviously not in the toilet, you know what I mean. But I don't really want to keep going out of lessons because I think it kind of irritates teachers, so it's a bit awkward having it at school because you have to like change your tampon every now and then depending on the flow. But I do kind of get over it, but I think that's the hardest thing because it's just kind of irritating sometimes. But you know, you've got to deal with it, being a girl, having your period. Ellie also said, how long have you had your period for? Like I said, I had it since March, about March last year. Maria, is your name Maria? I'm not sure, sorry. Do you get any cramps? I do have any solutions on what to do because it hurts really bad. I do get cramps. To be honest, I don't know like how bad cramps can get, but I do normally get cramps. I think recently on my period I have been getting more cramps than I usually do, to the point where I want to be sitting down because it's kind of painful and achy down there. But obviously if you're out and about, then you can't really be sitting down, because I don't like standing up when I have cramps because it's really achy and I feel really tired and really ill. Honestly, just make sure you carry your painkillers with you, because if you take one, it works in about 10 minutes. Obviously don't go over the maximum dose. If you also have them maybe like 1 in the morning, then when your pains actually come, you won't feel them because the painkiller would have set in. So that is one of the main tips, take a painkiller before you actually get your cramps. Because yeah, but obviously if you take too many painkillers, even if it's not over the dose, but say if you take them every single day, apparently you can like get immune to painkillers, which obviously isn't good if you are trying to like combat the cramp pain, which is why I only like to take painkillers when I have really bad cramps, not when they're just kind of like chill cramps. If I'm out and about, then I like to take painkillers because I don't want it to like ruin the day when I'm walking about. But if I'm at home, I'll try and put up with it and then get painkillers if I really need. Also use like hot compressors, whatever they're called, on your stomach as well, because that will really help. And also apparently your cramps are either your hips moving apart or like your muscles, like your uterus muscles like contracting and like squeezing. That's why you get cramps apparently. So to like ease that muscles and make them relax, hot compressors are really good for that. Okay, so I'm really sorry I can't pronounce the name. I'm so bad at pronouncing the name. It's ITS_AAMANAH. I'm not sure. I'm so sorry. I'm not trying to be rude. Tips for girls to get ready for the period if you haven't started. I would say if you are about the age where you know your period is going to come soon, I recommend 100% like bringing around with you some tampons and pads, like in school, just in little bags. Keep it at the bottom of your bag just in case you ever need, or maybe one of your friends start their period, because honestly it's a lifesaver. To be honest though, I mean, I don't know if it's the same for everyone, but when I started my period, I literally just put a bit of tissue up there because I didn't have anything with me, and then just wore that for hours. And then when I got home, it wasn't that heavy at all, because I think when you first start, obviously it's not really going to be heavy a lot of the time, but just be sure to bring that around with you. And I think before I started my period, I did start to like have a few like cramps around there, and I did start to like, you know, my boobs were getting bigger and my like hips were moving apart, I guess, and getting bigger, because then they are like the telltale signs that you are going to get your period soon. So yeah. Mia said, how do you tell your parents you started your period? I really don't like fuss, so I think when I started my period, I think I either like texted my mum just saying like, oh yeah, by the way, I started, like nothing too crazy, or I told her when I got home. I can't remember. I don't think I told my dad, because I just didn't like the fuss or anything, and I didn't want it to be a big thing. And that is why like when I started my period, because I started it at school, I was meant to be going out after school, and I just went out after school as well because I didn't want it to like, you know, turn to a big thing, because I was just like, no, just stop. I think because Helena was like, she started her period when she was like 16, so she kind of thought, you know, I might be the same. But yeah, I did start, so it was quite like a surprising thing, but I kind of just told them really discreetly, because like I say, it's just a bit awkward when it's a fuss. So okay, so now I just wanted to share a really quick tip that I have. I mean, I don't know if this is like a known tip anyway, but basically if you are at school and you need to change your tampon, you're like, crap, I need to change my tampon, I recommend a big thing to do is go to the toilet. Obviously, if no one's really there, it doesn't really matter what you do, but what I do, because I know a lot of people would wash their hands, go into the toilet, take the last tampon out, you know, whatever you do. Then come out the toilet, wash their hands and then go back in. I feel like that looks a bit weird. It does look a bit weird if you wash your hands before anyway, but what I recommend doing is going in, washing your hands, and then going in and, I know this is so TMI, but with one hand, take out the last tampon you had and kind of just like, you know, do what you need to do. Put that in the bin, and then with the other hand put your new tampon in, because then you don't need to keep coming in and washing your hands, because that's a bit awkward as well. And also, if you can't get the chance to wash your hands, I just recommend using hand sanitizer. If you do have it on you may as well. And also use an applicator tampon, because obviously if you have one, because if you haven't got the chance to wash your hands, using an applicator tampon will be helpful, because you don't really need to like touch. Like, you don't need to.
It's just more sanitary.
It's just more sanitary to do it that way if you have an applicator tampon and you haven't washed your hands. But yeah, that's basically a tip. Okay, so that's the end of this little period kind of related video. I really hope you guys did enjoy it. And I know I'm not saying like I'm a big encyclopedia of period stuff, but you know, I thought I'd share a few of my tips if you guys don't know them already, because they've really helped me through my period, because I would say my period is quite heavy. It's not like crazy heavy, but it's quite heavy and it lasts for quite a while. So there was like, I've been like lots of different period situations, and that is just what gets me through. But honestly, when you have a period, what I think about is, honestly, it's a period, it's just a bit of blood, you know, it's your body preparing to have a baby. So, you know, don't stress, don't let it take over things, because honestly, pretty sure you can do so many things in your period. Like, you can still go swimming, I still go swimming, it doesn't feel weird, it's absolutely fine. Just make sure you plug up with a tampon. If you're scared to use tampons, honestly, I do recommend trying. Like I said, I tried on my first day just to like get straight on with it. I didn't want to like stress about it, and it wasn't even that bad. It's just like, I don't know how to explain it, but like, it's not actually that bad putting a tampon in. It doesn't really hurt or anything. It just can feel a little bit weird, honestly, because it's a new thing, but I recommend it so much. And if you haven't started your period yet, don't stress about it, because it's honestly, for me anyway, it's not that bad, and it's not something you need to be stressed about. It's something you should embrace as a woman. So I really hope you guys did enjoy this video, and if you did, make sure to give it a massive thumbs up, subscribe, and all of that jazz. And yeah, I will see you in my next video. Bye. Okay, so down there you can go ahead and check out my last video. It was a Poundland like testing video, so if you want to watch that, then go ahead and click there. And then you can also subscribe to click my little face down there, and you can subscribe. And then down there are my social medias, so you should definitely make sure to check those out too. Also have a Depop, EvieEllen selling stuff, so go check it out.